everyone. Welcome to my gentle flow tonight. Let's start laying on our back. And if it feels good, you can take a nice stretch up overhead, pointing, flexing through the feet. Maybe you draw circles with the ankles. And we're going to draw our upper body gently to the right as we move our legs slightly to the right as well. I like to pull with my left, pulling my left wrist for a gentle side stretch here. Gently walking to the second side. Both legs draw slightly to the left as the front body or the upper half of the body also gently leans to the side. I like to find gentle traction with my left hand on my right wrist. Come on back center. Hugging both knees into the chest. Give the knees a little squeeze. Perhaps a gentle rock from side to side on the spine. Maybe we open and close the hips a few times. If you circle through the hips, let's go a few times the other way. We'll find the backs of the legs, finding a rock and roll motion up and down the spine. Say 3 or so. We'll eventually roll over the knees, walk back on the mat, and find yourselves in tabletop. Walking back, and once you're there, easy cat-cow. Inhale, melt the belly down, gaze up. And exhale as we push the floor away, gazing towards your belly. Feeling free to add in any variations that you like, perhaps a few circles through the torso. Maybe you draw your fingertips in to face yourself, being gentle here. If you're choosing this option, it can be a little intense on the forearms. If you found the fingers slip the other way, let's find them back forwards, finding neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes. We'll find our way on an exhale towards our downward dog. Feeling out your dog here. Maybe you find a few petals through the feet. Beginning to find some stillness, anchoring the heels down towards the earth, even if they don't reach the ground. That's fine. We're still drawing the line of energy down through our ankles. On an inhale, let's roll through to plank pose, rolling it. And exhale as we bend our knees, finding our way back to downward dog. Taking this gently at your own pace. Inhale as you dome the back up towards your plank shape. Exhale, melt. The next time you find your plank pose, let's hold. Warming up the wrists by taking gentle rocks forwards and back. If you'd like to take this into little circles, we can. Back towards downward dog. Deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. On our next inhale, let's roll through to plank. Rock your weight forwards. Exhale as you lower 90 degrees. Chaturanga. Flipping the toes under, up dog, breath in. Exhale, find our way back. Let's go through this mini flow twice more. Inhale, curl up. Rock your weight, lower down. Inhale as you come to up dog. Exhale, press it back. One more round. We'll all meet back in downward dog when we're ready. Inhaling, right leg up towards the ceiling. Drawing the knee into the chest, step through between the hands. Low lunge, drop the knee down, untuck the toes. Both hands can start on the top of the right thigh. Make sure that your right knee is stacked right over the right ankle. Breathing here, hips are square. Try not to open up this left side, square the hip front. Palms together, reach up to go back. Try not to crunch in the low spine as you lift up. Hands through heart center. We're taking a twist to the right. I'm trying to root the upper part of my arm onto my thigh. I push with my right hand, rotating in that twist, trying to get the palms of my hands closer towards the center of my chest. Returning the torso center, find a clasp behind the back. Lengthen through the arms, begin to draw the hands down the back of the left thigh. Gently release the palms towards the mat. For my body, I like to walk the right foot forwards just a couple of inches from my half split shape. Flexing the foot, draw back. Trying to find length through the spine first, breathing here. Think belly reaching towards your thigh. Find that maximum range that you can keep the spine nice and long. And once you found that maximum point, go ahead, relax the head down, and breathe. Finding a deep bend in the front knee. Tuck the back toes under, find energy through the back leg. Let's step back into plank. Shoot your weight forwards. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale as we press back. Trying to keep the legs long if you can. All the way through, then flip the toes. Left leg up toward the sky, keep the hips square, drawing the knee into the chest, dome the spine. Try to step between your hands without raising that left hand if you can. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes, starting with gentle hands on top of the thigh, squaring the right hip forwards, and exhaling the pelvis further down towards the mat. Reaching palms together, up and out if you want to add in a gentle back bend in your lunge. Hands melt towards heart center, rotating the torso towards the left, finding that twist, anchoring your right arm onto the top of your thigh, and push away with the left hand. See if you can begin to rotate the chest, the palms closer towards your heart center. Come on back. Finding your opposite thumb on top, clasp. If you can, keep the palms together. Lengthen through the arms. Begin to draw the palms down the back of your right thigh. Make sure that this has not shortened your breath. Palms down towards the mat. If you'd like to walk your front foot forwards just a couple of inches, lengthening through the left hamstring, flex the foot. If you need, you can grab blocks under your hands. If you can't reach the fingertips with a nice long spine. Finding your maximum range with the spine long. So keep thinking belly towards your thigh until you can no longer go down with a long spine. Once you found that maximum point, go ahead. You can round the spine down, relax the head towards your knee. Keep pulling the left hip back to try to square off the hips. From here, let's refine that deep lunge. Plant the palms, tuck the back toes, energy through the leg. Push the floor so much that you can lift the left foot right where it is and step to plank. Shift your weight forwards, chaturanga. Up, down. On your exhale, Right foot steps through between the hands. Let's come on up, high lunge. Let's take another twist, hands through heart center, rotating to the right. I'm pressing down with my right hand to assist in that rotation. Make sure you have one long line of energy from the head down through your back ankle. Sweeping high, breath in. Exhale, plant, float the leg lower down. Inhale as we come up dog. Pressing it back. Left side right away, knee in the left, knee into the chest. Step through. Energy through that back leg before we do anything else. High lunge. Hands through heart center. Let's take that twist over to the left. Sweeping high, deep breath. All on the exhale. Plant, float, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps through between the hands. Let's lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. From here, we either go towards a long or a variation of lunge, so deeper lunge, or we're going in towards our split. So do make sure that your back leg isn't rotating externally. We're rotating that hip forwards. So we begin to toe the right foot further forward. You can stay right here. Use blocks to either side of you to support and breathe. Only going so far as that you're feeling a nice stretch but no pain. If we can manage to lengthen through the right hamstring, great. If not, keep that bent. If you're low enough, you may be able to slide a block underneath your seat and breathe here. There's an option to lift the chest, or perhaps you want to lower yourself down over the front leg. Over lunge, that was the word I was looking for. So when you're beginning to walk into that exaggerated lunge, I call it an over lunge. Just a side note. Slowly walking ourselves up, removing any props if they happen to be there. I push myself with my arms to support as I begin without pulling the mat towards me. Back into our low lunge. From here, let's just lengthen through the back leg. Step the back foot forwards an inch or two. Lengthen through the front hamstring. If you want, you can also root the back heel down towards the floor. Take a stretch here. Back into our deep lunge. Let's step back, and this time just lower all the way down to the mat. Elbows graze the side of the body as you come down. Untuck the toes as we come up to a gentle cobra. And let's press our way towards extended child's pose. So wind the knees, tap the toes, and melt the chest forward. If it feels good, you can take a gentle side-to-side rock here. And when we're ready, we'll curl our way up, tuck the knees to parallel, tuck the toes, and press our way back, downward dog. Left foot comes to step through between the hands. We start by lowering the back knee down and untuck the toes. As far as you want to take this is where you are in your own body, and it's totally fine as long as you keep the hip square. So you'll see on my left side I have a lot less range. because my right hip likes to open up and I don't want it to practice your squared hip split. So you can have blocks to support you. I only have one block, but imagine that there's another block underneath my right hand here. I begin to toe my left leg forwards. This is my over lunge. You can begin to hold here and breathe. Maybe you straighten the left leg fully. Wherever you are is great. We don't ever want to push this. If you want to take that back bend here, or gently find a fold forwards over your leg, all good options. Maybe you're so low that you can begin to, or even place a block to support the leg. Few more deep breaths. This side for my body is a lot more of a challenge. And I'm seeing that I'm not drawing the shoulders back, so check in with your own alignment here. Easy breath. If you can, slowly draw that leg in without doing what I'm doing here, which is drawing that mat in towards myself. Tuck the back toes under, length through the back leg. Step the back foot forwards an inch or two, lengthening through the left hamstring. Keep the hips square. There is an option to slightly externally rotate in that right leg so that the ankle roots down. And just take an easy forward fold. Finding your way back towards that deep lunge. Let's step to plank once again. Deep breath in, exhale, just lower to the mat with the elbows grazing the waist. Cobra pose. Gently lower down. Let's press into a child's pose with the legs parallel and just relax the arms to the side of the body, palms face up. Curling up, nice and slow. We'll take a seat. So scooching yourselves forwards towards the top of the mat. Arms long, feet flat on the ground, legs hip width apart, deep breath. Exhale as we slowly articulate using your core to lower down. All right. A gentle strengthener here. Let's draw the feet slightly closer towards the seat. The right leg extends about 45 degrees, and we come to sit up, like so, and roll down. Lengthen, and roll. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, I'm lifting my leg a little each time I go. 3, 2, hold the last one. 1, bend that knee. Draw both knees in together. Hold. Maybe you need to support yourself, that's fine. You can grab the backs of the legs. Maybe you can even lengthen through the legs here. Long spine is the most important thing in this pose. Come to sit all the way up. Feet flat on the ground, back hip width apart, roll down. We'll take our second side, drawing the heels in towards the seat a little bit. Left leg long this time, and I come to sit up. And curl and articulate on the way down. Up, and roll. Let's have 8 more. Lift, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it on 1, freeze, bend the knee. Now for a super challenge, you can. Let's see if I can even demo this. Lower the legs and the body a little bit and lift back into the V. Let's just do 4 more. 4, 3, you got it. 2, It's okay if you need to support yourself. I'm feeling that quiver. Let's have the knees bent, grab the hands together. I'm reaching my hands towards the ground and I'm twisting. Let's twist for 10, switch, 9, switch, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit up, curl it down, hug the knees into the chest, let that go. Take a little side to side. Moving our way towards bridge pose. So my heels are towards my seat. I have my hands, palms facing down. Now, I'm letting myself relax here so I have a little space underneath my back, that natural curve. Let's take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you pin the belly button down, so you're removing that little curve in your back. So my low back is pinned to the floor, and my pelvis is tilted slightly forward. From here, I articulate my pelvis or my spine all the way up. Take a deep breath here at the top. Make sure the legs stay hip width apart, and exhale as you articulate and curl all the way down, finding that neutral pelvis at the end. Deep breath in. Exhale, pin the back space down, tilt the pelvis, and articulate up the spine all the way to the top. Deep inhale at the top. Exhale, curl it down. Do make sure the knees aren't splaying out. Let's do one more time and hold the last one. I'm going to scooch down a little bit. Lift. Interlace the hands this time, palms together. Walk the shoulders underneath yourself. And see if you can get the pelvis up just a little bit more. Legs are parallel. If they splay out, this dumps pressure into your low back. It does take some muscular effort to keep your legs parallel, at least on me. Letting the clasp go, let's curl down. Now, an option to do bridge one more time, or we're going to find full wheel. For full wheel, my fingers, tips are facing in, and my elbows are facing up towards the ceiling. I try to keep parallel legs. Instead of thinking lift with my thighs, which usually draws a lot of the weight into upper body, and sometimes it can be too much, it feels lighter if we think initiate from the hips. So the hips are pressing. Instead of thinking I'm lifting with my thighs and pushing with my thighs, we're thinking lift from the pelvis, which will pour less of the weight all up into our upper body and make it easier for us to get up. We're only going to take a few deep breaths once we're at the top here. So, flipping my fingers in, elbows up. I take a deep breath in. On my exhale, I lift the pelvis, press through the arms, and here I am. Let's take 3 deep breaths. I'm getting my shoulders or my chest really through as best I can. My legs stay parallel. As you lower down, we go super slow. Tuck the chin into the chest, head down first, roll articulating down, and once again, let's hug the knees into the chest, little gentle side to side. Extending our legs long towards the ceiling, palms down, entering plow pose. Not hauling your legs up there. We're trying to find control with our core. And I'm pushing down to assist me. So I'm using my core to lift, 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 and push. If your feet don't reach the ground, definitely support your low back. If you can reach your feet down, that's great. Some variations to try here. First of all, I'm gazing towards my camera. Don't do this. Your gaze stays up towards the ceiling so that you don't inadvertently injure your neck. You can bend the knees to see if you can kiss your ears. This is a variation. With control, we'll begin to lower down. Hug the knees into the chest again. And for a counter pose, let's find our way towards fish. So we were just super bent in our forward fold, a plow essentially, a forward fold. So now we're going to expand the chest and the neck for our fish. So our legs are super engaged and energized. I walk my thumb, pointer finger, middle finger underneath my seat. My elbows are parallel. From here I lift my chest and begin to reach my head. I'm pushing back a little bit here. You can see me so that I can access my head to the floor. Your shoulders or your shoulder blades are pinning back, but don't crunch too much that it creates added pressure on your neck. Breathing here. Try not to crank the neck too far, that there's any pain. Should be nice and easy. I'm pointing my toes and my legs are fully energized. To gently exit, I begin to draw my head up towards my chin towards my chest is what I meant to say. And let's do one more thing. Find our way towards a happy baby. In our happy baby, tendency is to lift the bottom half of the body here. So really try to anchor. I'm losing my words tonight. It's a long day. Down towards the mat. My hands are to the outside edges of my feet, and I'm gently drawing down towards the earth. If it feels good, you can take a gentle massage side to side on the spine. And also, if you do feel warm enough in your happy baby, you can begin to play with lengthening one leg and the other, perhaps both, but do keep the lower half of the spine down. Drawing the knees into the chest, the head up to the knees. Take a deep inhale, and on our exhale, let's find Shavasana. Legs are externally rotated, relaxed. I'm not forcing it, I'm just letting that external happen. My palms are facing up toward the ceiling, arms slightly away from the body. And any breath control that you may have retained up until now, let that go. First, by taking a deep breath in and gentle release, perhaps wiggling the fingers and the toes. Perhaps you find a nice stretch as we did at the beginning of the practice, so maybe the arms raise up, maybe you take circles through your feet. Mainly do whatever feels good for you, whatever movement calls you. Finding your way over to one side and gently pressing your way towards a nice tall seat. Either in Sukhasana or on your shins, whichever is more comfortable for you. Let's keep the eyes gently closed. Placing your palms at your heart. See if you can locate your heartbeat. Our hands here so that we feel the vibration of our voice as we seal in together with one Om. Inhale. Om.